the TikTok video has opened all the doors for me. I can't believe the support from the TikTok community. Leaving the app to go listen to my song and go watch the video, it blows my mind that people are doing that and taking the time and writing it in the comments, but clearly actually doing it, because it is showing up in the streams, it is showing up in the YouTube views. People are following me and messaging me on Instagram. I went from the day I released the song having like 50 something followers on TikTok to I have almost 19,000 followers on TikTok now, which is absolutely mind-blowing, and the support has been life-changing. I can't believe it. I'm so happy that the song's resonating with people, and people are messaging me to tell me how thankful they are that I wrote the song and how much they're relating to it, so that's been the coolest part of it all. But yes, thank you, TikTok. This is amazing. So I was dropped by my label after releasing 2 songs, and that was pretty devastating for me. And behind closed doors, I cried, I got upset, but then I just decided I can either quit or I can keep going and do this my way this time, because I didn't feel like I had a lot of control in that situation with the label. I'm so glad I kept going. I immediately booked flights and writing sessions and worked with anyone and everyone I could, and decided that I wanted to work with more females, because when I was with the label, I didn't have that opportunity. So yeah, from there I kept going, and it was really hard at times. I wanted to quit probably a million times, and it's taken years to this point where I finally released this first song independently, Unsolicited Contact. I am now beyond thankful for that journey, but it was quite difficult at times. When I was at the label, I found myself at one point on an email thread with like 15 men about a music video. And I realized at one point, like, some people weren't agreeing with a note that I had, and I was like, I'm going back and forth with people who aren't even my demographic. It's like men over the age of 35. This doesn't make a lot of sense. And I'd only worked with male producers at the time. I'd only really been presented with that opportunity. I'd been to countless writing camps where I was the only female there, or one of the only females there. I went to recording school when I was 19, and I was only one of 5 females at that school at the time. So I think that female representation in the industry is just really important to me, and there's, thematically being a trend of, it not being the case in my career, and I've wanted to change that. So I just thought, I'm gonna do things differently. I'm gonna write with females who can understand my perspective, and that was pretty cathartic, because especially having gone through what I went through with the label, and some of the stuff that we take as women in this industry, I was able to relate with the women I was working with on that level, and from a songwriting point of view as well. So I'm really proud that we did that. Proud that we did that for the video. So the song's 100% female produced, Hill Korkutas, and I did some additional vocal production on it. And then for the video, I just said I wanted to work with a female director, but as soon as we got our producer on board, we made it a goal to make the whole entire set female or non-binary. So it was a really cool experience. I'm so glad we did it. It was so relaxed, everyone was really supportive, such a respectful environment, and I can't imagine having done that video another way. So very proud of our crew. I've been getting a lot of comments on the TikTok about Dua Lipa vibes. New Rules is one of my favorite music videos of all time, if not my favorite. I was so inspired by the choreography. I'd already had plans for the video from the time that I pretty much wrote the song. And I wrote a million outlines for probably a year and kept revising that outline. And my sister's a choreographer. Well, she's a dance teacher at a small studio, and I asked her if she'd choreograph the video, and we went back and forth for months on it. That was obviously one of our inspirations, because I'm not a dancer, and in that video there's a lot of more like movement choreography. So I thought it'd be cool to do stuff that I could actually do. And just because of the pulsy beat of the song, I thought it would be really cool to do stuff like the head bobs or the shoulders, or things that are like kind of waterfall movements. And it turned out really great. She did an amazing job, and I'm so flattered that people are comparing it to a very big budget video when we had a very small budget video. So That's so flattering. I was planning this video for ages, and I think that if I hadn't been the one choosing the props and whatnot, my personality wouldn't have come through as much. And also I just didn't really have a budget to hire anyone to do that. So I spent months, weeks curating things. Some stuff was stuff I already owned. Hand making props like the big Unsolicited Contact sign. I spent weeks making that, hand folding tissue paper flowers, cutting out huge letters, gluing them on. Forever and ever again. That took forever, but it turned out really cool. And as well, I made the big piñata, which took me far longer than I'd like to admit as well, because I just couldn't afford to buy one similar, and I couldn't find one that was as big as I wanted for the video. So I was really inspired by the heart piñata in Valentine's Day, the movie that Jennifer Garner hits, and I wanted a pink one. So I was up all night making that one night, and it turned out great. But again, maybe I would have spent the money next time because it took so long. And then I also like hand bedazzled phones, all the flip phones in the video. I was trying to find some online, but turns out the 2000s are like back in, so they're kind of expensive to buy. So I just put a call out on Facebook in my hometown, and people were very generous and had their old phones kicking around still and gave me them for the video. So I bedazzled those. The piñata sticks, those are just dowels from Home Depot that I painted pink and bedazzled with like gem stickers, and we put like silver tinsel on the end. And yeah, I even like went so far as to like paint the knife pink and paint the cake server pink, like all on theme, all pink. We love that. I would say to just stay true to yourself, because no one knows you like you do. And everyone else who you're ever gonna hire, ever gonna come across, is just guessing. They're just guessing what you want. They're just guessing how you'd like it done. But you're the only one who truly knows that. So I would say that, and I think for myself, this time around, having done the label thing, I think I realized that it was important for me to just do what felt good for me, and to do stuff that at the end of the day, if no one listened to it, I was proud of and I loved and I enjoyed making. So stay true to yourself is the biggest piece of advice I'd have to give for anyone doing it their own way. And, you know, really go for it. If you're going for it, go for it. The biggest shift in me as for being an artist in general was just telling people I was. Because no one's gonna believe you if you don't believe in you. So that's a big thing. View yourself as an artist and stay true to what you want. Everything else is just noise. I learned a little bit about grant writing when I went to recording school, and I've successfully received a couple grants. I've also been denied quite a few times, more than I've received them. So I've learned a lot along the way. I think making realistic goals, what's the process like? Well, it's pretty strenuous. A lot of the Canadian grant sites are a little tedious, but you just gotta have the ethic to get through it and make a good marketing plan. And you know, things change along the way, but as long as you have an idea of where you want to go and where you want to take your music, that's kind of how it is. It's just having some demos to share and then having a plan. There's so many artists who inspire me. Number one, Taylor Swift, the queen of music for our generation, queen of songwriting for our generation. I love her so much. I probably wouldn't have started songwriting if it wasn't for her. I'm also really inspired by really cool female artists like Casey Musgraves and Julia Michaels. I just love people doing it their way and telling stories. Storytelling is the most important thing for me in my writing, I think, because I really admire music where artists do that themselves. I think you just need a story to tell, you know? And if you tell that story well enough, people are going to see themselves in it. And that's what I tried to do with not only this song, but the other songs that I'm going to have coming out. I just tried to say things that were maybe a little bit scary for me. I tried to be as honest as possible, and when I got honest, I tried to get even more honest. I also think that, just really putting yourself out there and not being afraid to put yourself out there is a big one. And just working with anyone you can. I, for so long, just went in any room I could, wrote with anyone I could, found my people, and here we are. I mean, it's still a journey, but definitely just being honest. Someone once told me that as a songwriter, it's our job to say the things that other people don't know how to say. And that's always stuck with me. I've really taken that responsibility seriously in these songs. I think that shows. I am so excited for the rest of this year. I mean, with this release, it's been such a long time coming. I haven't put out a song since 2019, so this is amazing, and I can't believe how it's being received. But I have more singles to come and a whole EP to come this summer, which I'm so excited about. The songs are all so special to me. They're all my babies, and I can't wait for everyone to hear. And hopefully I can play live so I can rock out with everyone. But until then, I'll be online. So thanks so much for having me.